No.
Thank you for waiting, everybody. Sorry we're a little late.
Try to qualify.
Had to do mini surgery.
A little mini surgery going on up here. And I believe we're going right to the city manager's report in the agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. First up, is a discussion regarding, there's a resolution on tonight regarding an MOU for public safety telecommunicators. Myself, Jim, and personnel successfully, we think, negotiated a contract with the PSTs, the public safety telecommunicators. There's only three things that actually are the biggest changes to it, which the CFO has highlighted for me. Is the things that we wanted all of the dispatchers to be on the same type of schedule. They were on two different types of schedule, and we wanted to put them on a pitman schedule, which would eliminate a built-in overtime clause that was in their contract, which I didn't think was appropriate. So we were able to negotiate that in. So they're all on the same type of schedule now, police and fire. The 10-step guide remains the same with just two changes. The bottom two steps were eliminated, and as we've been hiring dispatchers at step 3 anyway, because step 1 and step 2 was below minimum wage. So there was legally we couldn't even do that. So we've changed that. Employees at the top of the guide or off the guide will get a 2.5% raise as their previous contract. And then for 2 employees that are, one of which is retiring in September, we added a anniversary payment of $2,000 after 20 years of service and $2,500 after 25 years of service. Second, also on tonight, there's an NJDOT Municipal Aid Fund grant resolution. We're trying to come up with a project for that, which will be a road diet. In parentheses, I'll put that for a project on Spring Valley Avenue regarding the speeding. So we're trying to address that. That's all I have. I will turn it over to our city engineer for the CSO and the stormwater and parks update, Chris Wheaton.
Thank you, City Manager. Evening, everybody.
Evening.
Just one clarification to the point City Manager made about on the resolution. To clarify, it's a pedestrian safety action plan. And because there is another project presently going on Spring Valley, we're looking to do this demonstration project on some adjacent roadways.
Okay.
Frank, would you mind I have a newer presentation, if you wouldn't mind if you could grab that real quick. I should have. There you go. That's it. Okay, so just as highlighted in blue is the change from last meeting, and that's the John Earl Building is open for business. So very glad to make that change, and other statuses are essentially similar. Carver Park is also open as well, but we are working through some remaining items on that project. Getting into our sewer separation, our combined sewer separation projects. We're, again, just to remind everybody of the context, we're working on the Anderson Street drainage area, shown in pink on this drawing. With the project that's going on Clay Street, Berdan, James, Berry, and Stanley, and Railroad Ave, we're currently working on the large stormwater box culvert on Clay Street. That's where construction is currently happening with the sewer pipes. There's also service relocations by PSE&G happening on the adjacent streets. As soon as we're done on Clay Street, we expect with the stormwater culvert, we expect to continue back onto Berdan Place and move forward from there. Other sewer contracts that are going on, we're just getting ready to start up the various sewer improvements contract, which is, as listed, a number of miscellaneous improvements throughout the city. And the other project is the East Kennedy Emergency Generator, which did have a kickoff and is getting underway. And so it'll be some time before the generator gets in and we can actually construct that project. Also, a non-CSO or sanitary sewer project is our Voorhees Lane sanitary lift station replacement. As you recall, we were having some alarm issues there and some solids issues. Those solid issues have abated over the last several weeks. And so we're getting ready to clean up that site and restore it and have final closeout. For Carver Park, the park was opened this past Saturday, and we understand we are working on the scoreboard that the city is now is now incorporating into the project, and so that will be performed as a change order to the current project. For Johnson Park, the bid advertisement will occur this Thursday. I'm sorry. The 26th is
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. I
Wednesday?
think it's third. I feel like that's a miss. Okay, it's tomorrow.
Wednesday or
It's tomorrow.
Thursday?
That's the date. That's the date that our QPA set. So, unless, I think I wrote it wrong. I
No, he says
apologize.
Friday.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It's Friday. It didn't sound right to me. So yes, it's the 28th. It's the 28th. Sorry. Yeah, but anyways, it's this week being advertised. It's about a 5-week bid period, and we expect to be awarding that project at the August meeting. At Polyfly Park, our drainage improvement project is progressing. We're essentially done with the work that's immediately around the splash pad and the playground area. We're working our way up the hill with pipe installation. Again, the basketball courts there are closed for the time being. We expect them to be open around July 4th or prior to July 4th. In roads and traffic, we're working towards startup of our Prospect Ave pedestrian safety project, which is from Beach Street to Essex Street, installing new crosswalks and some signalization there. And that'll be starting up mid-July. At Summit Ave and Passaic intersection, again, the new signals are installed. We're still working on the startup integration and signal controls. So that's ongoing.
Chris, can I ask a question, Mayor?
Sure.
Okay, so my daughter was driving on Summit Avenue today. She wanted to know why the new poles are black.
That's the new city standards, my understanding.
Okay,
That's,
because she asked me and I had no idea.
Yeah, all the new poles are black.
Okay,
Main Street kind of started that.
I knew they were black on Main Street, but I
It's a
just didn't
trend.
know. Okay,
It's-
because she was like, they're all new, and because she got stuck at the light.
yeah.
And
No,
then
it's-
she was like, then she got home and she called me, she goes, why were they black?
That's the trend moving forward.
forward.
Is everything will be moving to black.
Okay. That's her favorite color anyway, so.
And as I mentioned, the John Earl offices are now open. The building is no longer the John Earl building. It's now the Building and Land Use Department for the city of Hackensack. The furniture's been delivered, and the offices of the Building and Land Use Departments have been open there since Monday. And again, just a reminder, please don't flush wipes down the toilet. You want to protect and ensure the longevity of our sanitary and of our sanitary sewer system. So just a reminder for the public.
Okay.
If there's any questions?
Question?
I have a question. I mean, tonight, we're being asked to vote on the Route 80 Riverview Drive. And I would like, I think for all the council, if you could give us an overview of what's being done in the Hackensack area?
It's a very limited, the project very, affects Hackensack to a very limited extent. These are westbound improvements on Route 80, from just west of Polyfly Road, to, continuing for several miles. I don't have the data with me. I can pull it out if you like. I might have something with me.
Are we getting more sound barriers?
There are some more sound barriers, yes. There's one at that intersection with Polyfly. There's a sound barrier just to the south of, on the eastbound side of Route 80.
And, excuse me, have the property owners been notified that this is coming, or, where they are? I mean, if it's behind their property?
The state notified.
Yeah,
We all
that
got
would be,
the
yeah,
letters.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, DOT would certainly notify any property owners that'll be immediately impacted by the construction and working on any easements or acquisitions.
And your office
that they
hasn't
need to.
received any comments or complaints from any of the property owners?
We have not, but there was a public information session conducted by DOT. Those results, I believe, are still being reviewed by DOT and would be released and discussed with the city or available to the public at the time that they're released, so we can keep an eye out towards.
Right, it would just be nice if we knew if there were complaints by anybody in the city before we recommended it. That, my personal opinion.
I guess, excuse me, I guess I would expect people, probably would notify our office. Most people are not shy about, alerting us or other departments about things of concern. So I would hope that they would have copied us or called us, when they received information on the project, and that we would be informed and able to act.
Keep us notified should you start to get complaints or you have people calling with concerns, because if you do, then we
Certainly.
probably will as well.
Yes.
And I think I read in here, what we're anxiously waiting for is the additional ramp on Polyfly Road, and that's not included in this package, right?
It stops just short of Polyfly Road.
Okay.
Chris,
Thank you.
Chris, I have a question. I know I reached out to you and you answered me, so I appreciate it. But with the dome, with the field, we can still add the tick marks for football, correct?
The tick marks are included.
Okay,
So they're included
Okay.
at the edges of the complete
Both
field,
both sides?
both sides.
Okay,
yes.
but then down the middle, tick marks for 2 rows in the middle.
Oh, down the middle.
Yeah, that's what,
Okay. I guess I didn't understand that was the request.
yeah.
I would say that can be added.
Okay.
I just need consensus, I guess, that, that's what we want to do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, do you know that the width of that football field is incorrect?
It's not, it's colored as a football field. It would have to
No,
be.
the actual width of the field is incorrect for football.
Yes, yes.
Okay, is that going to be addressed?
So the actual width of the soccer field is how wide?
I know it's larger than the football field.
So it's larger than the football field. So
Right.
the perimeter lines for the football field should be, and they can be totally dark blue or something just to fit in there so it doesn't distract. But the field size should be regulation width. In other words, I wasn't even aware. I thought they were the same size. But make the field, as a matter of fact, we can lose the numbers on the side if we have to. Those lines the width has to be the same in order for them to play. And the hash marks probably should, instead of putting them on the outside, put them where they belong,
Okay.
outside, you know what I'm saying? The hash marks on a football field, all
Yep.
right? Same thing, not white, a color that's not gonna confuse anybody, make them a type of blue or a gold, something like that, so that the field is the right regulation size. That's,
But we're gonna leave but it has to be, the original perimeter has to be there to accommodate the soccer.
the soccer fields,
Right.
yeah, no, the
Yeah,
soccer
yeah.
field's gonna be, the outside white lines are gonna be the soccer field.
So
The
you want
football
to,
stuff is gonna be no white lines, it's gonna be all the two-tone, every 5 yards, a different color turf, all right? And you can use a similar color just to make the perimeter, so it doesn't blend in and it doesn't, you know, it's not gonna affect anybody.
We can do that. I think what
You know,
we
that could be,
incorporate.
even if I don't care if it has to be done as a change order, I don't want it to hold up the bid process.
No, it's not gonna hold it up. We can
So,
certainly,
you know, but just to be fair, you know, we've gone back and forth on this so many times. And it's gotta, if it's gonna be a multi-purpose field, it's gotta be a multi-purpose field. We're already leaving other sports out of it, so.
there's
Is
no-
everybody okay with that?
Well,
No-
you
no-
need, you
no-
need to have a group, you need to have a meeting, you know, to really set this up to make sure it's done properly, Mayor.
No, I don't disagree.
I'll be happy to circulate another rendering with what you're describing as a football field of the proper
Just make sure you
width.
reach out to Mr. Carroll and Mr. Pataglia, so we get this hashed out, so these kids get, all our kids got a good place to play. That's the bottom line,
Will do.
all right? Thank you. Anything else? Any other questions?
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Oh, I need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 None opposed? Anybody who'd like to speak now, please come forward. I see Randy getting up. I see this gentleman getting up. Sure, absolutely. Whoever gets to the podium first wins.
Both seniors, so.
Good evening, council.
Good evening, Randy.
Randy Glover, Hackensack, but I'm here representing All Access Community Development Corporation, which is the nonprofit that I run that's ran out of the Majestic Lodge on First Street. I'm here this evening because I am actually trying to request some office space from the city. I had spoken to John previously, and he had forwarded the request to a person who I do not want to name because it's not about that. I'm just more interested in us having space. Since COVID, with the help of the state and with the county, we were distributing 54,000 meals out of First Street at the lodge. We've also done mental health project, which I think Deb would know most of everything because I had submitted all of the resolutions to her that you guys voted on. So we've done mental health. We hired a staff of 25 therapists. We also kept some businesses going here in Hackensack. One particular business, we were spending $40,000 a month. So before they even opened up their door, they made $40,000 a month off of us to provide meals. We're still providing meals. We still provide at least anywhere between, I think it's 6,000 to 13,000 pounds of food every month to this community. And it would only be right that as a company or nonprofit here in Hackensack, that you can possibly find us some desk space. And that's all we're asking for. The other municipalities, somehow, they find a place to squeeze in their, a nonprofit. I think that we work collectively to make the city look good and make the county look good and to help those who are less fortunate. And so I'm just hoping that this time we get a good response. And again, it's not on the council because it was forwarded to the person who was supposed to look into it. But I'm requesting again that we get office space.
All right.
Okay.
We'll have a conversation with the city manager because he controls the city itself and see what we can do.
Okay, great. And then one other ask, Ruth Norstadter, the museum or the art gallery, I think it should be named after her. And I'm saying that because I remember at the onset of ACPAT, that was going to be a supply space. And she actually came up with the idea of making it an art gallery. So I think with all the hard work she put into it as a volunteer and made the art gallery what it is, that it would be only right to name it after her. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Randy. You timed that pretty good. Next person, please.
Thank you. My name is Alvin Starr. I own the property at 210-216 Essex Street here in Hackensack. And I'm here tonight to seek some remedy with regard to City Code 15-208, Property Management Code, and I'll explain. The code is Section 307, and it deals with rubbish and garbage, and I'll further explain. That's to keep the property clean of litter and garbage. And the code is geared toward occupants to keep the property in a sanitary condition, and it's also a condition in their leases. What has been going on, and the police are fully aware of this, is that people have been gathering in the parking lot, gathering, loitering, call it what you want, in a very undesirable way, and the police have created a post there as an act of deterrence, which is all fine. This loitering, gathering, partying, call what you will, has caused a lot of litter. My tenants have been doing their best to keep the parking lot clean. They've been paying out of pocket to keep it clean. There are bins for the tenants. They're responsible for waste management. And they don't want the litter there because it's a deterrent to good business. It's not good for the city, it's not good for my tenants, it's not good for me as a landlord. I don't know the property. So what I'm seeking in the code 307 is some language that addresses unforeseen conditions so that it's just not written so that if it's litter and uncontrolled, that I don't keep on getting tickets. I've gotten 2 complaints signed by the police. I've had 1 court appearance, I paid the court costs, I paid my legal costs. Now I have another complaint again. The lot I just came from there is spick and span. It's very clean. I was there earlier this week. It's very clean, and I hope it stays very clean. And I hope this gathering goes away because it's not good for business and it causes litter. So as a code issue, there are certain, sometimes extenuating circumstances, and maybe the code, at least Section 307, rubbish and garbage, at least that code could have a carve-out for extenuating conditions. And that's all I really have to say about this. It's a very undesirable situation right now, and I hope it comes to a satisfactory conclusion, and the police are fully aware of what's going on. And I hope that you can adjust the code accordingly so I don't get any more summonses or complaints from the city. They haven't got additional court costs. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Any
Mary Ann,
questions?
did
I'm
you
happy
look
to
that
answer
code
any
up while you were
questions.
there by any chance?
No, I didn't. I haven't. No, I can
Just make sure we get a note of the code, and then we'll move forward and do some investigating into whether we can do anything with the code itself.
What was the numbers, actually?
I'm sorry?
What were the number,
The code
what was the
numbers.
code number that you're
Oh, I'm
talking
sorry.
about? Because the 307 doesn't
15-208.
exist
307,
because,
oh, sorry, it's code 15-208, 15-2008.
200.
Property
No.
management, that's the property management.
you're looking at the wrong property maintenance code.
Okay. But that was cited by the policeman.
Yes, but the problem is that it's the old code, not the new code.
This was,
Section 100-20 is rubbish and garbage.
well,
Chapter 100.
in the
Chapter 100.
complaint, it says 15-2008.
We,
If that's the improper
Yeah.
code,
okay, all right, we just needed to know what section it was and what you were looking at.
and it was
We'll-
section 307.
Okay,
Any help is greatly appreciated.
okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
no problem,
Thank you.
I know.
Next person from the public, please.
So
Good evening. My name is Howard Hurwitz, Hurwitz, 326 Prospect Avenue, apartment PHF, here in Hackensack. And I'm here tonight to present a petition with more than 530 signatures collected by the Prospect and Summit Avenue Preservation Group in opposition to the 19-story assisted living facility proposed for 329 Prospect Avenue. The project is presently before the Municipal Zoning Board, where the developer is seeking variances for some 19 variances. I just want you to know the property is so small that there is no room to provide a driveway at ground level, at grade, for any vehicle to enter the property. So that means anyone arriving at the front door, whether it's a resident, a visitor, a worker, an employee, a delivery person, a moving truck, no matter what, even trying to drop someone off, or even an Uber driver, will be directed theoretically down a driveway into the below-grade garage where they'll, I guess, have to sort out the parking. And we think that's kind of an absurd design for any building in Hackensack. So I will leave this here with you, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank
Thank you.
If I just might comment, sir, this is the city attorney over here.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hi. I just want to make sure you know, to be clear, if the application is in front of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, you need to address your comments directly to that board. The mayor and council cannot give their input to the Zoning Board of Adjustment on a matter that's pending before it. They have to decide it as an independent body. So to make sure you are heard, you should make sure that you repeat.
Well, that sounds fine. Historically, first of all, the zoning board will not accept a petition because they only accept testimony sworn. Second of all, previously the project slated for this site was an assisted living facility. No, I'm sorry, it was with a dialysis
No.
center. And at that time, while it was before the zoning board, the previous council, acting as citizens, did appear during the public session, not for testimony, and appeared before the zoning board and gave testimony or their comments on the project.
Okay,
So,
sir.
historically, that isn't exactly true, and I can't give a petition to the zoning board because they only accept sworn testimony.
Okay, but I would just
I
tell
thank
you
you.
that this governing body has no obligation to pass that forward to the Zoning Board of Adjustment.
I understand, but I
Okay.
would think that they would want to know that 530 of their constituents took the trouble to sign a petition, how should I put it, expressing their displeasure with this kind of development. So I thank you, and I do understand the history. I was at that time a member of the zoning board, although being within 200 feet of the project, I was unable to sit on the board. But I was present for all of the meetings, so I do know what happened historically. So thank you very much.
Next person, please.
Good evening, Blanche Stewart, 252 3rd Street. The last couple of months, I live on 3rd Street. It's a very short street from Central to Berry. Most of the houses are on behind the apartment buildings on Prospect. The tenants on Prospect walk their dogs down onto Third Street. No one has a pooper scooper. There's dog feces all up and down the street. If you park your car on the street and get out, people step into it. About a week ago, when I came out of my house, there was dog feces up my walkway. So I would hope that the police can patrol that more, or if there's some kind of notification to the tenants or the residents around the community that there will be a fine or something, because I'm almost ready to put hot sauce out there on my grass.
Candy,
And I
is
wouldn't
there,
wanna
are
do
there-
that to a
Are there
dog.
signs on your block for that?
Nope.
All right.
We need some signs.
We'll get some signs up there, because we had
Thank
the
you.
same problem in our neighborhood. We put some signs up and it helped tremendously.
Ms.
Thank you.
Stewart, Ms. Stewart, is that on Third or on First?
Third, right behind the parking garages off.
On Third
Prospect.
Street,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the public like to speak before the next session? Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will be back at 8 o'clock promptly. Thank you, everybody.
Mayor, you can
Oh.
close the executive session and the cow.
Okay. Motion to close the executive session, please.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Motion to close the council of the whole.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Thank you.
That's mine, but you can have it. Okay, use mine, I got the other one. You did one. Oh, okay. What about this? What about, okay, take mine. This is you want this? Oh.
Did he find it? Did you find it? It has a black clip on it.
Good evening, everybody. Madam Clerk?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 et sec, notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Here. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So we have some business to take care of before city business. The mic down there, ready?
Yes. Did Frank turn it on? Okay, thank you. Proclamation. Mayor.
This is the proclamation.
All one is the proclamation. The antlers, and then this is all theirs too.
So we have some special guests with us tonight, and we have the Young Antlers from the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks in Hackensack, Lodge number 27. When I say Lodge 27, that means that's one of the earliest lodges ever in the United States of America. So that's a good thing. So the proclamation reads, whereas on Friday, May 10th, 2024, the Hackensack Antlers, Lodge 27, had a fundraiser to collect care packages for active duty service members. And whereas the volunteers collected and packed 43 boxes of assorted items for the New Jersey Army National Guard's Battalion 112th Field Artillery Regiment, which includes the City of Hackensack Police Officer Jeffrey Rodriguez, who is currently deployed. And now, therefore, I, John P. LaBrosse Jr., Mayor of the City of Hackensack, along with members of the City Council, do hereby recognize and thank the members of the Hackensack Antlers Lodge number 27, as well as Elks Lodge for their volunteer community work, as it is valued and greatly appreciated by all. Round of applause for that, guys. Thank you. So, having served as an officer in the Elks and having, my son is an Elk, my uncle was a district deputy in the Elks, and exalted ruler as well in our lodge when I was in Elmwood Park. I know what a great organization it is and what great work you guys do. So every young Elks that's here tonight is going to get a certificate of recognition. So I'm going to call you up one by one. Andrew Hole. And I hope we got everybody on here. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Except you just, how are you? Just hold on to that. Emma Muller. Well, they're getting up in order. That's a good thing. Miss Muller, congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Hey, guys, come this way.
Yep.
This
All right,
way.
stand over here.
In front of it.
Leo Manilak. Congratulations. Here you go. Marcus Rosario. Congratulations, Marcus. Thank you. Here you go. Xavier Rosario. Twins? Twins? Cool.
Yeah, I would think so.
Congratulations. Michael Blendowski. Michael. Congratulations. Sophia Lee. Maybe one short. Too short. Congratulations. Oh, okay. Ryan Vincent. I got nervous. I was like, no. Congratulations, Ryan.
Go to the other side.
Okay, you're throwing a curveball at the end here.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try, though. Vivatslav Vadlamudi? Was it close? That's a tough one. I feel like I was just in a spelling bee. Congratulations. Oh, you're quite welcome. So I'd like to bring Mike Antista up here, please.
Move that
And
way.
Mike's involved, and you want to bring him up as well? Yep. And like to say something?
Sure. I'm Mike Antista, OIC of the Hackensack Police Department. I'd like to echo the mayor and thank the Hackensack Antlers Lodge 27 for their hard work and dedication to the community, and for our members that are overseas, especially one of our own, Officer Jeffrey Rodriguez. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So, yeah. Go ahead, hop in. So again, we know what good work the Elks do. The Elks are a great benevolent order. They've done work for crippled children. They do work for veterans. They do work for a lot of different organizations. They still have a camp. I think it's Camp Moore up by Wanacue. And I had a lot of fun and good times when I was in the Elks. So I hope that you guys continue onward, staying members of the Elks as you become adults. And it's a great organization to be involved with. So thank you again for what you did and what you do. And we're going to get a group picture here, all right? So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Come on, John, you gotta get in the picture.
Trying to keep the microphone from going off.
Nobody move?
Thank you so much.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Good job, guys. Great job. Good job.
Yeah.
We have one more proclamation, and this one's a little tough. I gotta admit, it's gonna be a little tough. So would Jacqueline Hashmat please come forward? So some of you, most of you know, some of you don't know, Jacqueline is our deputy city manager. She started as executive secretary in the offices, correct, and worked her way up to deputy city manager. Jacqueline has had a wonderful opportunity, and she's decided to take it. And we wish her the very best. But you are going to be missed. I know Vinny's going to miss you. So I'm going to read a proclamation and try to get through without breaking up too much. Whereas in October 2010, Jacqueline Hashmat started her career working as a clerk for the Department of Public Works, and a year later as a clerk in the city manager's office. And whereas Jacqueline was made executive assistant to the city manager in 2015, in 2022, Jacqueline was promoted to deputy city manager by appointment of the mayor and council. And whereas Jacqueline has been a valuable asset to the city of Hackensack, assisting residents and employees, as well as working with internal departments to resolve complex issues from start to finish, always ready to help with professionalism, knowledge, and enthusiasm. And whereas not only is Jacqueline kept busy in the city, she and her husband Adam have 2 children, Luke and Layla, who also keep them well prepared. And now, therefore, I, John P. LaBrosse Jr., Mayor of the City of Hackensack, along with the members of the Hackensack City Council, do hereby congratulate Jacqueline Hashmat and thank her for her dedicated service to the City of Hackensack and wish her well on her new endeavors as manager for the Township of Teaneck. So it's a wonderful move for her and a wonderful opportunity, and we wish her nothing but the best. But it's going to hurt a little bit losing a valuable team player. I can tell you, I reach out to Jacqueline many, many times. Just I'm driving around the city, I see something, I stop, I text her, hey, the light's out here, hey, this is broken, hey, that's broken. And within a few hours, she's calling me back. We're on it, we're fixing it, and she always gets back to me and takes care of business. So you're going to be missed, not just for the work you do, but for being a good person and a friend to all of us. So congratulations again on your, I don't want to say promotion because we didn't put her there, but it's a promotion in a sense, but for us it's a demotion because we're going to lose you. So you guys want to come on up, take some pictures? What's up, Layla? She's shy. Come on up, Luke. And by the way, Luke got his yellow belt in karate the other day. Right, dude? So where should we do this, the picture? Step over here.
Come on, we'll stand up.
Frank.
Vinny, you gotta get in that. Yeah.
Come on, Ben. I could really miss you, sweetheart. We'll stay in touch.
Luke, I think.
Don't drop it.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you to the Mayor and Council for the recognition. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve as the Deputy City Manager for the City of Hackensack. I want to express my sincere gratitude to the City Council for unwavering support and collaboration in my tenure here. To the businesses of Hackensack, thank you for your dedication and partnership which has been instrumental in the city's growth and success. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the residents of Hackensack for your trust, engagement, and community spirit. You are the heart and soul of this city, and it has been a true pleasure. Watching Hackensack grow, thrive, and flourish has been one of the greatest joys of my career. I am confident that the city's best days are still ahead. There are too many people to list individually, but to the city department heads, my team, the ones that help me get it done each and every day, you know who you are. Please know that you have made a significant impact on my journey here. Keep up that hard work. To Vinny, for entrusting me as your right hand to make positive decisions. For the city and my colleagues, I truly thank you. To my husband, Adam, and my children, Luke and Layla, thank you for your support and helping me make the hardest decision in my career. I could not take this leap of faith without all of you. Mom and Dad, watching from Delaware, I'm sure, this moment of recognition is a testament to the values and dedication and hard work that you instilled in me long ago. I can't thank both of you enough. Hackensack will hold a special place in my heart. I am proud of all we have accomplished together, and I am grateful for the opportunity to have served in this wonderful community. I truly thank you all.
Thank you, Jackie. Okay, so we're going to take a 3 or 4 or 5 minute recess. Anybody who wants to leave, feel free to leave before we start with the new business. So we can clear the room out if you like. Otherwise, you're welcome to stay. I know there's no school tomorrow, so there's no rush to go home, right? Moving forward, we'll go to the city manager's report.
Ready?
You ready?
Okay.
Shoot.
The city splash pads are now open 7 days per week from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our 4th of July celebration scheduled for July 4th will feature the Infernos and a day filled with fun for the whole family. We will have food trucks, games, and our fireworks spectacular provided by Grucci. A special thank you to the Senzeri Group for once again being our platinum sponsor and hosting the fireworks show. A presentation of plaques for our top sponsors will be included at our July 15th council meeting. Friendly reminder that our first summer concert will be on July 9th, featuring the Super Trans Am on the green. Rain location is at the Hack Pack and will be posted if needed. Our Sounds of Summer mini concerts at Atlantic Street Park will begin on July 12th at 7 p.m. The first concert will be Forever Young. Our building department is now officially relocated to 216 Union Street from the former location at the M&M building or recreation center. Please join us for the Hackensack Fire Department's annual Fallen Firefighters Memorial, which will be held on Monday, July 1st at the Firefighters Memorial Park at 6 p.m. That's all I have.
Okay. Okay. So, you ready, Deb?
I'm ready.
It's only 8. Resolution 233-34, or 24, sorry.
34? Okay.
We just got 10
Works
years
for
older.
me. Final adoption of ordinance number 25-2024, a bond ordinance providing for various acquisitions and improvements to the John Earl Building by and in the city of Hackensack, in the county of Bergen, state of New Jersey, appropriating $2,305,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,194,000 in bonds or notes of the city to finance part of the cost thereof. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Anyone from the public who'd like to speak to this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward. Seeing no members of the public, motion to close.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Need a motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 25-2024 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution, I'm looking at the numbers, mine just says 24.
234.
Resolution 235-24.
No, it's 234.
You were right.
Oh, 234-24, sorry.
It's a resolution authorizing tax refunds for state board judgments, veteran deductions, and duplicate payments.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Resolution 235-24.
It's a resolution of intent to utilize the National Co-op contract for the purchase of 500 IPL 95-gallon refuge containers.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Resolution 236-24.
It's a resolution authorizing payment of bills.
Need a motion to pay the bills.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Anybody have any conflicts on the consent agenda? There's 5 items on there.
None?
Nope.
None? Okay, continue.
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 237-24, resolution authorizing renewal of liquor licenses for the 2024-2025 license term, Resolution 238-24, resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of Hackensack and IBEW Local 1158 electrical workers for the public safety telecommunicators. Resolution 239-24 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of requests for qualifications for professional services to the City of Hackensack. Resolution 240-24 is a resolution of the City of Hackensack in support of the State of New Jersey NJDOT Project Route 80, Riverview Drive, CR 640, and Polyflight Road, CR 55. And Resolution 241-24 is a resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the Hackensack Pedestrian Safety Action Plan project.
Thank you. Need a motion to adopt the consent agenda as it was just read.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Thank you, Deb. Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Roll call, or no? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, none opposed. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak, please come forward to the podium. Give your name to the clerk. Mr. Serbo, how are you?
How are you?
Hi.
I'm Rich Serbo, Spring Valley Avenue, Hackensack. You know, I think I walked in a little too late. Somebody told me that you were just going over the Spring Valley Avenue problem, which it is, okay, it is. It's rush hour is absolutely incredible. Buses are flying. I'm telling you, I wish I had one of those, what do you call them, to check the speed of something going by. They are flying past, going down towards Maine. Oh my goodness! It's like, what the hell's going on? Okay, so I just want to start there. Okay. By the way, the width of a football field is 160 feet on all levels. Everyone,
I thought it was 150.
college, high school,
160.
pro, everything. 160. So that's that. And I was reading some old text recently too, a college text. It was a philosopher, a writer, a poet, a brilliant guy, a Frenchman. His name was Andre Gide, and he was talking about repetition and how we repeat things so often in our society and in our business and everything and blah, blah, blah. It's repeat. Oh, I heard that, heard it again. And the reason it's done is nobody's listening. No one's listening. You could say something, and it'll just go in one, like your mom used to say, it goes in one ear and out the other, okay? It's true. It really is. People just wait to talk. They'll wait to speak. And if someone's talking, let's say it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, someone's talking to you, you're not listening. You're waiting to speak. You got something on your mind. I'm waiting to say what I want to say. And you won't listen. So a lot of people don't listen. So I'm here to repeat things all the time. Every time we have a meeting, I'm here to repeat things because no one's listening. Okay? Is that okay? Is that fine?
We're listening.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're going to say every time you come up. So it's like, we're
I see.
listening.
Okay. So you're listening? You're actually listening, John?
Well, I know I got a 90% chance it's going to be about Spring Valley.
You're a listener. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a listener.
All right. Well, look, it's you should come by and check it out.
I have come by. I've seen it.
It's ridiculous. It's like, what the hell was that? And it's not just the buses. Plus, they're all empty. Every bus is empty. I would check in on the state transit system. Speak to them. You must speak to people in the state. Speak to them. Say, hey, what's the ridership like on the buses all over the state? Ask them, because it's got to be down. There's nobody on the buses. Rush hour coming. Well, that was a fast 3 minutes. It was. But rush hour, there's no one on the buses. Okay, maybe there's a few. I'm not gonna totally say it's zero. There's a few people sitting in the back. Or, there's a couple of guys there, one person or two person. But the buses are empty now, and they're just flying around. Okay, they're highly paid drivers too. Don't forget that. So call the state and find out what the hell is going on, and can we pare down, the fleet or whatever else is going on. So I'm here to repeat things. I already repeated everything, and I got more to repeat, and I'll see you next time, all right? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Please come forward, give your name to the clerk, sir. How are you?
Hi, my name is Gerald Francis Jr. I'm Vice President of the Hackensack Junior Football Program. I was already told that you guys already talked about the dome being built at Johnson Park. I just want to really piggyback off of that and just emphasize how important that it is to have the regular football markings that we use on the football field. It's very imperative that we have that. Another thing that I really want to present to you guys, every year we go through what we need for our football season, equipment-wise, like sleds and cones, things of that nature. I know there's a budget every year, and I'm not behind the scenes with Coach Savage or Brandon, anybody like that. But I do know that we do get the short end of the stick. And I'm not saying that no other sports get that either. But it's really not fair. I mean, we need equipment. We have kids that sign up. These parents, they sign up their kids up for a reason because they want their kids to learn the game of football. So it's our job to make sure that we teach them the game of football. So when things are presented to you guys, I just just think about of what we have to do, for our season. We would like to start our season earlier. I get the notion, or I'll be told that we can't start because of we can't start early because of whatever I don't know reasons why. To me, it doesn't make sense. I like to, if I was able to start in April, because I know there's teams that in our league they start in April. We got to get all these things to use the field, like what do you call it? I forget what you call it, but you guys know what I mean. We shouldn't have to go through a whole circus to use the fields. We use the high school field at times. At times, on my own, I have things for the kids. I do flag football just because I want them to play football. If they want to play football, the coaches, the track coaches, they let us use the field. I know that that's not really something that we're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, if something happens, I'm going to be held liable. But that's basically what I'm bringing to the community. And I'm not the only one bringing it to the community. I have other coaches that, do the same thing with me. So we do need help. And, when we talk about budget and we, try to do certain things, we can't be, doing shortcuts. We can't be doing things, halfway. Everything has to be the way we need it, because other teams get it the same way. Just let me say this real quick too.
Sure.
And this is how I feel. I'm not speaking on, for nobody when I say this, but I really feel like there's a lot of favoritism with certain venues with the sports. All right, it's not fair. It's really not fair, and it's been going on for years. And we have to, everything has to be equal, everything. So, but once again, with that dome, it has to be numbered correctly for football. And I just hope you guys see into that and make that work for us. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments. Next person from the public, please. Anyone else? Seeing none, motion to close.
Offer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Stephanie, you're up.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Just wanted to start with, again, congratulations and thank you to our Elks member volunteers. It's, I think we notice as the years go on, there's less and less volunteers, especially kid volunteers. So anything like that is important. And the fact that they're working with our soldiers overseas and supporting one of our very own in Hackensack, I think that means a lot. I often say that, our generation, even myself, we were never, used to any type of being drafted to wars or being overseas. So keeping that, keeping them involved with that type of volunteer work and remembering that people are serving to protect our country is really important. Congratulations to Jackie. We're going to miss her tremendously, but she has to do what's right for her and her family, and we support her and wish her all the best. And she's not far; she's right over in Teaneck, so I'm sure we'll still be in touch. This past weekend, we had the city hosted the annual Juneteenth celebration. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there; I was away in Maryland. But from the feedback I received and the pictures that I saw, it was a great event. I saw the itinerary beforehand, and just want to thank all of the volunteers. They had so many different activities going on. All the volunteers that came out, the DPW. Special thank you to press, the rec department, and just everyone that was out there. I know the police were involved with the parade route, so there was a lot of new things this year, and it seemed like it was great except for the heat. But I'm glad it was hot and didn't rain, because I don't think anyone wanted to have to reschedule it for that date, so I'm glad it went well. Just to Mr. Francis's question about the field use, I don't know, that's kind of an easy fix. I don't know that doesn't really cost money to use the fields, and other times and start earlier. The only thing I can think of is making sure the registration reflects that, because obviously we can't have the kids practicing if they're not registered and we don't have all their insurance and all of that straightened out. But I do know other towns do extend further, and we're trying to do the same thing with baseball and wrestling. You have other towns that do winter training for baseball, and we don't. Same thing at wrestling, they do year-round wrestling. So those are the two sports that I'm involved in, and trying to do that as well. But again, we kind of stick to the main seasons here, and if there's a way to get our kids started earlier so they are more competitive and are exposed a little bit more, I'm all in support of that. So I think looking at field usage, I mean, in April baseball's there, but they're not there all the time. So I think there's a way to work that out, and I think we just have to look at that and make sure that registration has the athletes covered. If they're actually practicing, that everyone's in the system, and they're covered under the city's insurance. If that's the avenue we want to go. In regards to the John Earl building being open and Carver Park basketball courts, this is huge. We've been waiting a long time for this, and again, a great step for our rec department to in our parks to try to get the most out of the things we have offered to everyone. So that's super exciting, and thanks to Chris Wheaton for overseeing that and presenting on that earlier. But other than that, everyone, thank you so much for being here, and have a great night.
Oh, thanks, Steph. Also agree, it was so nice to see the children here and to see or learn or hear about the hard work that they've done. And you can see that they really enjoy getting their proclamations, and they should be recognized. It's a dedication like this that's important, and those years that you will stick, what they've done during these years will stick with them throughout the rest of their lives. Jackie, we're going to miss her terribly. I know myself speaking, I could call her 11 o'clock at night and she would get back to me. If someone called me with a problem, I could reach out to her and we would get the problem resolved. So, she was a 24/7 girl, and she really had a good heart for the city, and we'll all miss her and wish her well, of course, in her new position. Very short docket tonight, so really I have things I usually talk about, not a lot on here that pertains to Kathy tonight. As far as the moving of the building department, I want to make sure everyone is very aware that, it's right here on Union Street where the old John Earl building was, so it's kind of right next to City Hall, which makes it nice, close proximity of the buildings together, better parking, better accessibility, nicer footprint. So I think that this is a good move, and they're still in the process, but I think they're there now, right, Vinny? They're in there. Are they really functioning? I think they're still unpacking.
They're open for business.
They're open for business, so that's great. And I think the best part is, they, in the interim, while this was being done, they were living in the M&M building, and they were living in the area that we had designated for our seniors. So now that they're moved out, I look forward to hearing about lots of new programs for the seniors and getting our seniors to really utilize that space as it was designed and meant to be. So I think that's pretty exciting. I'm not the sports person, Mr. Francis, but I think all sports have to be treated fairly and equally. I'm with you 100% on that. I know we did a lot of work in the M&M building, and it kind of was all for basketball. But I think we're trying to put others, even to allow other sports to get in there. And I know volleyball has become more popular. I think that we can expand the use of that indoor facility too. Why not expose our students, our children, to any sport that we see is out there? So I know we have to do a better job of that, and I think we plan to do that. I think the dome, the multi-sport dome, is going to be great. I think that splitting it up into 4 practice fields, the kids can get in there and get a lot accomplished. Soccer, football, baseball, we're talking about being able to do some practicing there. So, again, we look forward to all of the work that we've done in the parks. I mean, when you sit back and you look, 11 years ago, where we were with a lot of the parks, I mean, almost every park, we've invested a significant amount of money in getting them up to par, because they weren't. And it was unfortunate for our children, and they deserve to have the best. All right, with that, I'll wish everyone ahead of time a happy 4th of July. I think we're going to have a great celebration. We always get a huge turnout, and our fireworks are second to none in the area. They're always gorgeous. So hope to see everyone there, and have a good night.
Thank you.
First of all, I had to thank Jackie for the 14 years that he served to the city and helped us in the last 3 elections to be with us. Congratulations to the kids for all the hard work. And we continue to work in the streets, especially Clay Street, Verdun, James, and that's going to help to improve the flooding problems. And then we're going to continue working in Second Street to add more culverts that's going to storage the water, then we're going to release nice and easy. I was in the Juneteenth festival, get together with the group, and really that was nice to see the kids now and the new basketball courts, something that we were looking forward for many years. And still we had to do some touch-up here and there, like we had to get new rings because the ring, they should be changed. We're gonna get a scoreboard, and we need some protection for the boards. We got some ideas that we hear from some residents about the dome, and I am willing to work with anybody to try to improve and give me the idea of what we can do, because the idea is to try to accommodate all the sports that we can to use the dome. The dome is going to be made for the kids, it's not for me. We're going to have wrestling, baseball practice, batting cages, the whole nine yards. Thank you for coming.
Jerry?
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I'm sorry. I'd like to thank everyone that's viewing our meeting remotely and are here physically. I'd like to thank Jackie for her years of service here. This past Saturday, the city of Hackensack held our Juneteenth celebration at Carver Park. I'd like to thank our Recreation Department and the Elevate Hackensack group, along with DPW and many others, for putting on a fantastic event. I had the opportunity to converse with many individuals that expressed their satisfaction about the event and looking forward to continue for many years to come. I'd like to touch upon a subject of our police department. I have been approached by a few individuals questioning why so many fire department promotions, but yet no police chief. Well, in my personal opinion, I feel we need a police chief sooner than later. During the COW meeting earlier, the Johnson Park Dome was discussed. I personally will not support the layout of the dome project until changes are made. Let's remember, school is out, and there are many more children out riding bikes and walking. Be careful while driving. That ends my report. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Jared. Jacqueline Hashman, she will be missed. She worked very closely with all of us up here whenever she got a call from anybody, whether it was another department, department heads, whatever. Jacqueline was always available. Like Kathy said, you could call her up in the middle of the night, she'd pick up the phone. And she did a good job, and she cares about people, so she's going to be successful wherever she goes. I want to congratulate the young antlers from the Hackensack Benevolent Order of the Elks. Great thing they did by supporting that one of our own police officers are serving overseas, and that won't be forgotten by him and his family, and it's a good learning lesson for those kids. As was mentioned, the building department has now moved back to the John Earl Building, which we purchased several years ago and just finished getting it ready for them, which makes room for the senior center to reopen, so our seniors will have a place to go. Looking forward to that opening again. I too was at the Juneteenth event on Saturday, had a wonderful showing. First it started with a parade. Just for the record, it was probably about 92 degrees out, but everybody sucked it up and got the parade done, and went on with the festivities for Juneteenth, and it was a nice day, enjoyed by all. Please remember that on July 1st, we're having a memorial for our fallen firefighters. For those who don't know, City of Hackensack lost 5 firefighters in a horrible fire at Hackensack Ford on River Road back in 1988, I believe it was, on July 1st. And it was a real tough time for the city of Hackensack to lose 5 of its bravest firefighters. And a lot was learned from that fire. As a matter of fact, fires are fought differently across the whole world based on that fire. Now that you see, anytime you go by a building and you see that truss sign on the outside, that lets the firemen know exactly what type of construction that building is and how dangerous it can be, and it lets them know how to fight the fire. So, you know, if you can come down at 6 o'clock, that would be wonderful. If not, just keep them and their families in your prayers. Football, guys, I hear you. I coached Hackensack Junior football I was a head coach of the C team we called it the C team back then. I don't know what they call it now. For 2.5 years coaching as head coach, but I coached in that league for quite a long time. And I know what the challenges are. I know trying to fundraise and do other things isn't always easy. And the city only gives you so much money, I realize that. I'm gonna sit down with the city manager, because back in the day, you know how we made our money? We did it 2 ways. We did the bucket on the corner with the adults, all right, you know what I'm saying? And raised thousands of dollars, believe it or not, thousands of dollars. And also the kids went door to door. The city stopped it, all right? So I want to reach out to the city manager, and I don't think the kids should be out there doing it, but certainly coaches and parents can be out there doing it, because that's how we did it. And we used to pull in, I think, $5,000 or $6,000 on a Saturday doing that. And you can, you know, you can certify a bunch of helmets with that, I'll put it that way. So I'm gonna reach out, have a sit down with you and see if we could maybe, because I see other towns still doing it. I go through Paramus, they're doing it, I go through Emerson, they're doing it, I go through the other towns, they're doing it. For some reason it was banned here. I'm gonna go back old school a little bit, see maybe we can bring some of that back to give you guys an opportunity on your own to take care of some of that stuff and see what we can do as far as the city goes. But that's one way we did it. You also need to sit with our rec director, young Jerry Carroll, and, you know, who I coached, by the way. He coached my sons, I coached his sons, so that's the way it was. Sit with him and let him know your concerns, all right? And keep communication with him in the rec department is going to be very, very important, especially for getting field time and everything else. The more communication there is, the less chance of screw-ups there are. So you don't go down the field and somebody else using the field when you're scheduled to use it, stuff like that, because that used to happen back in the day too. So I'm well aware of your concerns, and hopefully we can address them. When that new field is done, that new indoor facility, it's going to be one of a kind in North Jersey. Nobody else will have it. You're not going to see any town that has anything like this. So it's going to be, you know, and it's going to be great for the kids. And it's going to actually, you know, football is kind of like a all-weather game, but it's still nice if it's raining out to be able to go inside if you have to, stuff like that. So looking forward to that. 4th of July, last year we had upwards of 8,000 people. We hope to do a little better this year, maybe strive to get 10,000 people at the event. It's a great event, food trucks all day, rides for the kids, entertainment before the fireworks. Looking forward to that. You can go online and just search summer concerts in our on our website, and it'll show you all the entertainment we have this year for both on the green and at the Atlantic Street Park. And again, the beauty of having our Hackensack Performing Arts Center, just like if a football game was, you know, you wanted to move it in from the rain, you could move it into that new building we're going to build. We already have it, so any of these concerts, they don't get canceled. We move it right into the theater, and everybody can go see the show. So with that, thank you for coming tonight. It was a pretty short night, which is nice to have once in a while. We appreciate that. But if I don't see you guys by the 4th, enjoy your holidays and take care. Thank you.
Motion to close.
Motion to close the meeting.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call. Or all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. I was thinking